Hi, I'm Holly.
And I'm Rebecca.
And welcome to part 3 of our breakfast series. Today we're making open-faced breakfast sandwiches.
Yes, we're very excited. It's another easy breakfast that you can make, which is a great blend of carb, fat, and protein. This is probably the most balanced of our 3 breakfast series in terms of having equal amounts of protein and fat and carbs.
Yeah, so we're making ours today on toast, and we're using spinach, shiitakes, avocado, and bacon. So we've got some healthy fats in there and some good protein from the shiitakes and the bacon.
And we're using a gluten-free toast to put it on. This is a brand I really like. It's Food for Life, and it's the China black rice variety. And I had just recently discovered this flavor, which I really like. But Food for Life, it's usually refrigerated at the grocery store.
Yeah, you could also make this on a wrap. You could use a sprouted grain wrap or a gluten-free wrap if you don't like toast.
Another variation is using greens to as a wrap, and you do that a lot. And do you like to do it with cooked greens or raw greens?
I usually use raw greens. My favorite is to use a raw charred leaf. I find the raw greens hold up a little bit better.
Oh yeah, sturdier versus when you cook it.
Yeah, and it's faster too. In the mornings, I'm going for speed and ease.
Yeah, so most people are, so that's good.
Yeah.
So we're melting some raw butter here, and there's all sorts of benefits from raw butter.
Yeah.
We were talking about that earlier.
Higher in vitamins A and D. Raw butter from grass-fed and grass-finished cows is much more nutritious than pasteurized butter.
That conversion is just so much better. Their stomachs are healthier.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and pour the shiitakes on here. Our butter's nice and melted.
Perfect. And we're using medium to medium-low heat. We don't want to cook these, we don't want to fry these shiitakes. We're sauteing them and getting them just soft and darkening them up. And while Holly's doing that, I'm going to grab the toast and the bacon.
Yeah, so we really love shiitakes because they have a good amount of protein in them. So even if you're someone who doesn't want to use the bacon, you're still getting a good dose of protein from these. And another option would be to, if you eat dairy, you could add some cheese, like goat cheese, or just really whatever your preference is. Feta or cheddar even would be good.
I love cheddar.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, I pre-cooked the bacon because it's really nice to just stick it in the oven while you're doing all of this other preparation. And I bake bacon because it's less messy, and for that multitasking, it really makes a big difference. So just spreading it out on a cookie sheet and baking it for about 15 minutes at 375 degrees. And then by the time that's cooked, you've got your shiitakes and spinach and toast all finished, and you're ready to eat.
Yep.
So
Perfect.
I put a little butter on this toast because I love butter. Now I'm going to put a little avocado. So the thing with this breakfast is you can assemble it however you want. You've got the basic ingredients, but I personally find that if I put the avocado and bacon on top of the spinach and mushrooms, everything falls apart. And it might still fall apart, but it's going to fall apart less if we had to mash the avocado into the toast prior, and then we'll put the bacon on there. And you know, people can adjust these. You can adjust the amounts. If you want a lot of fat, you can put a lot of avocado. If you want extra protein, you can put a lot of bacon, or you can do our breakfast sausages, which was part 2 of our non-traditional breakfast series.
Yeah, you could mix up the breakfast sausage on there. Another option too is I've made this breakfast on top of the protein pancakes. So for a more savory protein pancake and for even lower carbohydrates, you can check our protein pancake video and put the toppings on that. It's really tasty.
That sounds so delicious.
Yeah.
So those are looking really good. So I think we should.
Nice and soft.
And we just did quite a bit of spinach because it's delicious and it cooks down a lot. And what's the difference between raw versus cooked?
Yeah, so spinach is one of the veggies that when you cook it, it actually releases more of the nutrients. So I love sauteing spinach just lightly until it's fairly wilted. Releases the calcium and the vitamin K.
Yeah. So yeah, you can see how quickly this cooks down. We put the spinach in and you know, pretty much done. I'm gonna grab the bacon out of the oven.
Great.
And we are gonna be ready to eat.
What kind of bacon do you tend to prefer?
Well, you know, you really want to make sure you're getting something that, just watch yourself there a moment. No antibiotics ever, no growth hormone, all natural bacon. I like the Neiman Ranch bacon.
Yeah.
There's Beelers. There's quite a few options. There's you can go to the local butcher and get you know, some bacon there, and I'm sure it'll be wonderful because I've never had bacon that didn't taste good, but you do want to make sure it's also healthy. So I'm going to put a couple slices on here. When I cook bacon, I cut it in half too. Just
Yeah, because it's more sandwich friendly.
Exactly.
That way. Yeah.
So we do that.
I'm just going to add a little
yes.
sea salt to these veggies.
And maybe a little pepper.
Yeah, great. It's just black pepper. You could season this really however you want to. But
Yeah, these flavors are so wonderful that you don't really need to add a lot to them. Just put a little of this on here.
oops.
Yeah, it may fall apart. It's okay. I don't mind.
Good.
Just let that cool off. So again, starting your morning out with a breakfast that's got a lot of, you know, good solid protein and fat to stabilize your blood sugar. Not a ton of carbohydrate, although while I'm blowing on this to cool it off, do you want to tell them about how you can increase the starch without increasing the grain for people who need a little bit more carb?
Yeah, so if you'd like more carb, you could add more carby vegetables. So you could put some sauteed red peppers in this, which
that
are
would be
really
really
high in
good.
vitamin C and
Yeah.
a little bit sweeter, so you get some carb there. You could also have some beans on the side, or even spread some refried beans on the sandwich. Get some really good fiber in, but not too high in carbs.
This is so good. I had a really busy morning working out, and this is really hitting the spot. So, and Rowan wants some apparently. So we're gonna go. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah,
and we'll
thanks
see
for
you
joining
again.
us. See you next time.
Bye bye.